Greetings. I am Adrienne Johnson in class EDUC 703, the History and Philosophy of Education at Liberty University. This afternoon, I would like to provide a brief overview of a topic that I was interested in, which I'll be preparing as a paper regarding the Servicemen's Readjustment Act, better known as the GI Bill. And I would like to place an emphasis on how this GI Bill impacted the lives of African American veterans regarding higher education. The Servicemen Readjustment Act, again, is known as the GI Bill, was one of the many reforms because of World War II. This was considered to be the most successful public policy and revolutionary piece of legislation ever adopted in the United States to affect the American higher education in the 20th century. And of course, the policy was directed to those veterans who had served in the military during World War II, the Korean and Vietnam Wars, as well as later conflicts, as we've seen the past few years. There were more than 15 million veterans that were eligible for this, but surprisingly, 12% were African American compared to the 28% of the white veterans. The emphasis too is looking at the Part 2, which is called Title 2 of the GI Bill, which includes the education provisions and the tuition, fees, books, and supplies. But according to Smith 2020, the GI Bill would drastically change the landscape of higher education and lending to more diverse student bodies and an increase in the number of newly established colleges and universities. But unfortunately, a lot of veterans, especially those when they returned from war, when they went back to the Deep South, to include those areas like Georgia, Mississippi, Atlanta, they were denied the benefits as during that time in America was still practicing discrimination. So those veterans were denied benefits and were not able to take advantage of those opportunities given to their counterparts. So, but when we look at overall some of the positive aspects, this changed the landscape, as Smith noted in his research. This did boost the Black middle class in an unprecedented way and would pave the way for the civil rights movement. The resulting legislation of the 1960s put Black veterans and civilians one step closer to equal treatment under the law. And so this will be included in my final paper on historical philosophy. And thank you for your time this afternoon.